Most of us operate daily in a high alert gear. Neurologists call this the beta state, a frequency of rapid brainwaves designed for dodging traffic or hitting deadlines, but exhausting when it becomes a permanent setting. Running the engine in beta all day strips our biological reserves. Muscles stay tense and digestion slows, and cognitive fatigue sets in, leaving the modern individual physically exhausted and mentally depleted. People are seeking an off switch, and millions are finding one in a specific corner of YouTube. These ambient tracks promise a wide-reaching impact. They suggest that listening to a specific frequency can repair the physical body, clear the mind, and stabilize emotions simultaneously. This raises a question about the actual mechanics of sound. We need to determine if there is a verifiable link between playing a simple sound wave and triggering a full-body recovery event. If an acoustic track can cross the boundary from the ear to the central nervous system, it suggests we have a direct method for influencing our own biology without external intervention. To understand how this crossing happens, we must look at the physics of the sound itself. An audio track consists of measurable physical pressure waves hitting your eardrums. The first variable used in these tracks is 432 Hz. This is a strict mathematical pitch tuning, meaning the sound wave vibrates exactly 432 times per second. This compares two audio tunings. The right wave is standard tuning, involving mathematical interference. The left wave is 432 Hz, aligning with smooth, symmetrical patterns. When interference fades, the remaining 432 Hz wave is easier to process, feeling inherently harmonious. This mathematical symmetry provides a path of least resistance for the brain. It allows the listener to lower their initial physical and mental resistance by mimicking the structural patterns the nervous system recognizes. Once the sound wave clears the ear, it meets the electrical network inside the brain. This introduces the second variable, alpha waves. This is the specific biological reaction required to counter the chronic stress of the beta state. This simulated EEG graph shows rapid, erratic spikes representing a brain under high stress. An alpha wave only forms when those electrical pulses measure strictly between 8 and 12 Hz. When the electrical activity smooths out into a steady, rhythmic wave, the body drops into deep physical relaxation. Within this 8 to 12 Hz range, the brain maintains conscious awareness while the body rests. Shifting the brain out of its high alert gear and holding it in this alpha rhythm is a requirement for repair. Until the brain slows to this pace, the body remains in a defensive rather than restorative mode. Bringing these two variables together creates a process called entrainment. The non-abrasive 432 Hz audio acts as a metronome, encouraging the brain's chaotic electricity to sync with the steady 8 to 12 Hz alpha rhythm. Entering the alpha state triggers a physical response. The nervous system begins standing down. Cortisol levels immediately drop, allowing muscles to release stored tension. This physiological calming extends to the mind. The reduction in electrical chaos quietens racing thoughts and increases cognitive clarity. When the nervous system is no longer signaling a threat, the brain can regulate complex emotions without the interference of a stress response. Reducing this biological and mental noise creates a state of internal stillness, providing the quiet environment required for deep meditation. The shift to an alpha rhythm creates a physiological foundation that the physical, mental, and emotional systems use to reorganize. By targeting the neurological frequency that governs these states, the sound wave initiates a synchronized recovery across the whole body. These audio tracks function as a precise biological signal. They prompt the body to initiate its own internal recovery protocols, rather than acting as an external medicine. Combining 432 Hz with alpha waves acts as an environmental trigger. It sends a rhythmic signal, telling your recovery systems it's safe to begin restoration. The effects of these tracks are documented through measurable changes in brainwave oscillation and cortisol production, moving beyond the vague associations often found in internet mysticism. Understanding how to manually trigger an alpha state provides a tool for managing a high-stress environment, turning a simple audio track into a targeted wellness intervention. Utilizing the 432 Hz alpha wave equation is a practical biohack. It allows an individual to pause their nervous system and initiate holistic recovery using nothing more than a pair of headphones.